Namaskaram, I'm Rakesh Rao. So, day before yesterday, I visited to Usman University where few of my friends are practicing for Indian armies and the Telangana police services. So, mostly they are staying in at the PGs or hostels or their individual tenants. So, in the hostel and the PGs, we know the hygiene and the quality of the food. So, they are the short of the nutrition, especially the protein intake and the other required minerals. So they were quite worrying because they are facing a lot of injuries. So they asked me how do I manage my protein intake and other nutrition to balance in my diet. So I'm not that great at cooking, but I have the few dishes I just follow from starting since 3 to 4 years. I'm trying to manage. So they told me at least one video in a week if I can send them. So I recorded very first whatever the vegetables I had available, which is the Moringa or the drumstick soup or dal you can call, or munagakaya pappu in Telugu we call it. So it's very easy. So I thought of sharing with all since I'm recording for my friends. So here I'm sharing the recipe, which is the rich in the proteins and then iron, the potassium, which was very much essential to avoid the injuries. So today it's very simplest recipe to cook drumstick soup. So what I have taken is the three drumstick and I have cut it into 3 inches, and I prefer to have the multigrain dal, so that I have soaked into water. I wash it twice, and this is the optional groundnut I usually prefer to add, and some spices. In spices like red chili or all your favorite spices you can add, turmeric, black pepper, which is very essential. So black pepper is the most sattvic or the pranic spices or the food you can call, and the salt and the cumin powder. So these are the ingredients I do add. So I keep it more simple. So what we need to do, take we can mix all together. So I have taken one pan, so you can add 200 ml of water, and it depends on your ingredients how much you do have. Then put all the drumstick into it. So you can mix all the ingredients at the same time. So I'm mixing dal as well, groundnut and spices, of course you can add at the same time, so it's not going to create a problem. So I have a pressure cooker, so I prefer to use a pressure cooker. If you do not have, you can cook into the pan. Since I'm using a multigrain dal, it takes little more time to cook. Mix it well, and I do add 2 spoons of the A2 cow ghee just to get it the better texture and to get some saturated fat, so that is a healthy fat. So 3 whistles or the 4 whistles are good enough to cook it. So here we go, our drumstick dal, drumstick pappu, or we can call it as a soup, or in Telugu we call the munagakaya pappu is ready. So it's not only tasty but a powerhouse of nutrition. So this multigrain dal which I use, or you can use any sort of dal, which is the great plant-based protein that we have in the veg, and we have this drumstick which is rich in vitamin C, which is helpful for boosting the immunity, vitamin A good for the eye health, iron to prevent the anemia, calcium for the strengthening the bones and the muscles, which is essential for the athletes, the potassium and the magnesium that is good for the heart and the muscle functionality. So it is the wholesome food that we can have, and we can cook with very limited resources, and for bachelors I would recommend this. And of course I have used this rice, which is a brown rice. I prefer the brown rice in a daytime, and the weekends the 2 times I eat chapati. On weekdays I prefer morning brown rice, and in dinner the chapati. So multigrain chapati or the ragi and the jowar or bajra flour I use for cooking. Today I have cooked the brown rice. So it took very limited time. So how much time it took for the recording? 5 to 6 more minutes than this just to cook it in the pressure cooker. So this is the best recommended for the everyone, maybe bachelors or you are the working professional, have limited time, cook this, the bestest nutritious food. So thank you so much. Namaskaram.